All right, Colby. I'm Bill Murray, and you're everybody else. Let's roll. You know, Bill Murray takes a village. What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This.
Music.
What's going on, guys? We are continuing our pursuit of dump month movies.
Yep, this is movies that dump month are movies that just didn't get like the love that they deserved.
Yeah.
They kind of got dumped on January, February instead of becoming blockbusters because they didn't really fit the theme of the year or whatever it was.
Right, and maybe they just had it on the back burner. They're like, I don't think this is good enough for Christmas, so let's throw it out in the first 2 months of the year.
Yep.
So that is our explanation of what dump month movies are.
I'm sure if you listen to all of our the whole month of dump month, and then you put all our explanations together, it'll probably be a pretty valid, strong explanation.
Right, and it's never the same because these are all really unscripted. So if I sound like I'm fumbling a lot during the plot review, it's because I'm doing it all off memory.
Yes.
Or I'm lazy. No, but today we are talking about 2008's Be Kind, Rewind, starring Mos Def and Jack Black. And with a whole bunch of different other smaller parts with more famous, with pretty famous people, right?
Yeah, Danny Glover's in it.
Sigourney Weaver. And a whole bunch of side, a lot of supporting characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know them all.
Yeah. People you've seen before.
Yeah, people you've always seen, but have always small parts.
Yep.
But this is gonna be a little bit different from the movies that we've been doing. It's probably the most wholesome one.
Right?
Yeah, because doesn't it seem like it could be a family movie?
It could. It definitely. It's got a lot of heart to it, and yeah. And
it definitely harkens on people's need for nostalgia. Because
right.
I mean, even at 2008, really the VHS was pretty much dead, right?
Right. Yeah, and then you say that, and at 2008 they're banking on nostalgia. And it's just even more nostalgic here.
Even now. Yeah.
12 years after that.
Because I think Netflix started with DVD programs in 2008 or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's when you could have them send you a DVD at home. Fancy.
Right.
Really, Netflix was the blockbuster killer.
Yeah.
And Redbox.
But
then Redbox, I barely even use Redbox anymore.
Yeah.
Right, it is the new blockbuster. But it does have games for rent, so I do appreciate that. So Redbox, if you guys want to sponsor us. We're always looking for somebody.
We will definitely do a month of nothing but Redbox movies for you.
The Redbox specials. No, but yeah, this movie, it almost feels like a Disney movie of just holding on to something but having to realize and let go type of deal. I don't know.
It's like that. I don't know what the timeline is on this compared to School of Rock, but it's that also felt like a kind of wholesome family movie, even though it it kind of verged on being obnoxious, but
yeah, but because it has kids on it, it feels more like a kids movie.
Yeah.
But this one, it can be for anybody of any age. Really.
Right.
And obviously, you're gonna feel really old when your kid is like, "Oh, what's a VHS?"
Yeah.
What about the special features? No, but the plot for this movie is actually pretty simple. So I'm really just gonna go over it, and then we could just talk about the favorite things or the things that we loved about this movie and hated. I don't know. Did you hate anything?
No.
It's
I
really
loved
hard, right?
everything about this movie.
No, so this movie it stars Mos Def and Jack Black as our main characters, who are two best friends. I presume grew up in this same neighborhood for a long time.
Yep.
Right? And there's this myth, or there's this tale that a very famous jazz musician had grew up in this one building.
Yeah.
And it's the building that Mos Def and Danny Glover... Well, I think Danny Glover owns the building, and Mos Def works and lives there as well.
Right.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, because it's a store on the bottom and then the apartment above.
Yeah, it's very East Coast.
Yeah.
You know, I never got the bodega. I never got a bodega underneath me. You know, it was always like a trip to get there. No, and so they own a VHS store called Be Kind Rewind, which if you guys don't know, if you're born in the 2000s listening to this podcast, if you don't know that motto, it was the motto of every mom and pop's like tape store, movie store.
Yes.
Right, because I think you would get charged if you didn't rewind the tape.
Right.
You remember more than me?
Oh yeah, probably? No, it was probably like the 90s. That was the big thing.
Yeah.
And that was like every Blockbuster, Video Park, all the little the rental places, that was their thing. Because apparently it's like rough on your I guess basically it was they didn't want to have to check the movies and then have to rewind all of them when they got them in, and it was really annoying if you rented a movie and you got home and you put it in and it's at the end of the movie, and then you're like, maybe you got a spoiler, maybe you have to like spend the first 5 minutes rewinding it,
depending on how good your rewinder was.
Right, they actually sold individual rewinders, so you could immediately go to the next movie and you could throw your movie, your old movie into the rewinder, and it would do it for you. Well,
they always said to not rewind tapes in the VHS because it was an easy way to get eaten up.
Yeah.
Right? So
because it would open up like it was playing, and it would open it so that like there was more wear on the
tape.
On the
actual tape. Mine was a sports car.
Ooh.
I think every Asian market sold that rewinder. I think that's the only reason why we had it. So yeah, that's a little bit of history for you kids. No, but so Danny Glover is making his way to go to a vacation or something. He's going out of town.
Yeah, so he tells the kids, we're gonna call them, that he's going on vacation, and that Mos Def is in charge of the video store, and Jack Black, Jerry, right?
Yeah,
he basically lives in his trailer in his junkyard across the road, or on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he is Danny Glover basically gets told by the city council that like, hey, this building is so old, it either has to have like a huge amount of repairs, or we're going to kick you out and we're going to condemn it. We're going to sell it to the person who has bought basically the rest of the block
which is like a huge like issue for a lot of like East Coast neighborhoods,
right? Because
they're it's so old. And the East Coast also has more ghosts.
We don't really have that here in Vegas, because like in Vegas they're like, oh, that's 30 years old, implode it, build something new. There's nothing that's 100 years old.
Well, I mean, like there's like mines, but you don't want to go into those, right?
Right, because they're haunted.
Yeah. No, but so Danny Glover, he does go to like meet up with his like old friends and all that stuff to find out. He's trying to get advice, really, what to do.
Yeah.
And so they pretty much tell Danny Glover like, hey, you have to get with the times. Change is always like hard, especially the older you get, the more like that things change, the more you want to fight it.
Right.
But during this time, Jerry is trying to figure out another solution, which is to shut off the electric grid. he's
so like
crazy.
they make reference that he was in the military and he's got PTSD, but they really kind of just glaze over that, so you don't know if that's even true.
Well, yeah, I think Mike just uses that to excuse his behavior.
Maybe
he could just be on the spectrum. Because me and Colby knew a kid that was a kind of like that.
Yeah,
and he was on the spectrum.
And he's definitely paranoid. He thinks the government's out to get him. He thinks he's being watched.
Yeah, and so he forces Mike to come with him. But I think somewhere down the middle, Mike changes his mind.
Yeah,
right.
Because the police drive by, and at that point, he's kind of just like, I don't really want to go to jail for this. And it's not worth that.
Yeah. And so Mike bails, but Jack Black's character Jerry doesn't, and all of a sudden he almost gets a superhero origin story right here. Because he gets stuck in between the coils of the electric grid.
Oh, yeah. So his plan is to take this big metal, it's kind of like a grappling hook, could be like a boat anchor, and throw it into the electric coils. But it's on a rope. And so basically he gets it wrapped around his foot, throws it in, it hangs him, and then he almost gets electrocuted to death in his origin story.
But he makes his way back into the video store, and he is so magnetized at this point that he strips all of the films in the store of the films that are on them.
Right, and unlike DVDs, everything used to be like magnetic ribbon back then. So you take a magnet, you rub it across a VHS tape, and you'd mess it up.
Yeah. And so he messes up everything in the store, and as he walks away, you see that there's an issue because he starts to slam. He tries to kick a pole, and he keeps getting magnetized to it, and then he gets slammed against a fence.
The chain link fence grabs him.
And so at this point, one of the customers had returned a VHS back to the store and complains to Mos Def like, "Hey, this doesn't have a movie on it."
Yeah.
And so Mos Def is like, okay, another customer says the same thing, so he tells them, you can go ahead and pick 2 movies, you got it. And then the lady is like, nah, just give me my $1 back. And so at this point, Mos Def checks a whole bunch of tapes,
right,
and finds out that there's nothing in any of them.
Yeah, they're all messed up.
And so I forgot how he gets the idea to make these movies.
Well, so there's like an older lady who comes in and rents a movie once a week.
Oh yeah,
and she's a little
racist. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say a little Alzheimer's-y.
Same thing.
Danny Glover's calls her and is like, because even though he's on vacation, he's like, hey, Gina, you
still have Ghostbusters.
You still have Ghostbusters. Make sure you return that so you don't get any late fees. And then he's like, hey, and while you're in there, just take a look because I'm out of town right now for the next week, and just make sure the store looks good,
decent, right?
And so she walks in, and all the tapes that have just been checked are all just laying all over the floor and everything.
And she's like, I don't want you guys fighting in this store now. No, and
Jack Black's completely covered in tinfoil because he thinks the magnetism is some kind of government ploy to wipe his brain.
But no, so at this point, this is where Mos Def is like, oh my god, we gotta. Because he tries to get other VHSs from other stores,
right?
But realizes that's really
yeah, because he kind of goes to the next store, which is basically the Blockbuster.
Yeah,
and he's like, hey, I need a
Ghostbusters.
That one. I need Ghostbusters on VHS, and they're like, we don't carry VHS anymore.
Mm-hmm. Right. And so at this point, he's kind of screwed. But then he all of a sudden gets the idea of creating home movies.
Right, because this lady's a little, like I said, like she's a little dementia, a little Alzheimer's-y. So it's like, hey, if we just don't like close up on our own faces, she won't recognize that it's us, and we could just make this movie from our memory, and she will be okay with it because, you know, she's not going to know the difference. Poor old lady.
There is an obvious difference. But no, it's as they start filming the Ghostbusters movie, another customer comes in and is like, "Hey man, do you guys have Rush Hour 2?"
Yes.
And Jack Black is like, well, at one point, Jack Black, they asked Mos Def, like, "Hey, what do you have available then?" Jack Black goes, "The whole store, man." Which really screws Mos Def because obviously they don't have the whole store.
Yeah.
And so they need, I think, about like a day or two to prepare these movies.
Right.
They're like, "Yeah, we got you. We'll get Rush Hour 2 to you." And so basically the chunk of the movie is them making these movies.
Right.
And slowly adding more people to the production.
Yeah.
And getting the neighborhood into them, because when they watch these movies, for some reason, they're like, they really like it.
Yeah. So it's him, Jack Black, and Mos Def, and then the mechanic that also lives in the junkyard.
Yeah. Well, he works for Jack Black because I think Jack Black owns the junkyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he ends up being the cameraman / all the extras.
Right, but Jack Black complains that he's like, I don't want to kiss my mechanic. So they go to the dry cleaning, and one of the girls there is available to act in this thing.
Right, because it's the really cute girl who like runs the dry cleaning place, and they're like, "Hey, we're making movies. We're gonna allow you to be a star." And she's like, "No, but my sister,
she's free.
She's free. Take her."
She's just like this cute little, like, I don't know what she is, but yeah, she's cute. You definitely seen her in a lot of things.
Yeah,
you know. But yeah, so a good chunk of the movie is them making movies. Danny Glover is sort of trying to do research while he's out of town on how to revamp his store.
Yeah, right? So he's going into other video stores
and
and basically all he sees is DVDs. So it's
because like he's already talked to the property or the city manager or whatever, and they're like, if you can't fix these things, we have to condemn it. And so that's what really forces him to want to have to upgrade to whatever they're doing.
Right.
But as he's doing that, Mike and Jerry, who Mos Def and Jack Black, have found success on renting out these homemade versions of their, like, not their favorite movies, but the movies that they have in stock.
Yeah.
And it slowly grows and grows and becomes bigger. And what's it called? When Danny Glover comes back into town, he's like, "What's this line about?" And then they explain to him what they've been doing. But Mos Def knows that Danny Glover's character doesn't like remakes. Especially when they're home.
Yep.
But like really, you don't really get too much resistance, because the more that Danny Glover sees that these little homemade videos that Jack Black and Mos Def have been doing have been garnering money.
Right.
He kind of leans into it.
Yeah, because they call them the sweeted versions of the movie, and then it's like $20 in 24 hours for us to get the movie to you.
Yeah. Right, and like the girl that they get from the dry cleaning place sort of came up with the idea to give them more time, because they're like, well, if you want to rent this, you have to have all these type of things for your
right.
So, it's like
we need a driver's license and a birth certificate, your social security card, your last 2 years of tax return,
2 countries that you've been in the last 5 years, like something ridiculous. But it's really just there to give them time, to make these movies. But then, and because like at the first day that Danny Glover comes back, he's like, "Now we're gonna switch over to DVDs, no more VHSs and all that stuff." But really, there's not much pushback after he sees like the degree of success that Mike and Jerry have.
Right.
And so, what's it called? Towards sort of like 75% way of the movie, Sigourney Weaver comes. and she's a part of the legal team of like all the movie studios or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And you know, obviously, I don't know how this got so big because she has like cease and desist from Washington D.C. and all this stuff. Like, I don't know how much money they were garnering.
It's the kind of thing that I could see now, where somebody did that and then put those movies up and then they like went viral and all of a sudden you had 1 million people view them. That the studios would come in and be like, oh nope, those are our stories. That's copyright infringement. You can't do that. But here you got like just the local neighbors and stuff that are...
Well, no, like one person does say like, oh, come on, man, I drove all the way from New York
to watch
this.
That is true. So if they've gotten enough of a following, they've got people like...
Coming from
other towns, yeah.
And so, but like, I still was just like, I can't have been that big, right, for it to be that much of a problem. But no, apparently they had to destroy all of the home movies that they made because... What was it like? If they didn't, they were gonna owe like $3.26 billion.
Right, because it was like $250,000 fine for every movie they did, and then they counted the number of VHSs that were in there, and it was like
200.
And they're like, or 64,000 years in prison.
Yeah. And then before you can open up, you have to serve that time. Like, it's ridiculous. But so at this point, they kind of are down in their luck, but then Jerry is sort of the one that gets Mike back into it. He's like, come on, man, we'll just make our own movies then.
Yeah.
Which is, that's where creativity really is, like, born and bred.
Right. And now they've got the experience because they've made 50 movies. 200 movies.
Oh, man. And, they get what's called, this is, before this, Danny Glover does tell Mos Def, like, hey, this jazz musician never lived in this place.
Right.
Because really Mos Def's biggest, like, motivator was to save this building because this jazz musician was from here. And so he goes to Danny Glover, says, like, hey, let's mark this as a historical landmark because this jazz musician was born here. Danny Glover says he was never born here, and I just never knew how to tell you.
Right.
Because basically he says, like, I wanted to just make this place more bearable. And, that jazz musician was a happy person. And I always wanted you to be happy.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Right? But no. And then so Mos Def says, like, hey, let's just make a movie about this jazz musician.
Right.
Just like from all the... Because he's definitely from that town. And so they're like, let's just make a movie based on all the rumors that we know about him.
Right. Because if we ask people... And they tell us, like, we asked the Alzheimer's lady who actually met him. She's going to have obscure stories because the way she remembers things. And, we're going to ask about,
what? Then like they ask the neighborhood kids.
Right. What did you hear about him? He's like, oh, yeah, I heard that he was a mobster and or he worked for the mob and he shot like bad guys in a drive-by. And so then they collect all this facts.
Material.
Yeah, it's facts that are like word of mouth facts, I guess.
Yeah.
And that way they're like, oh, now we can make the true story I
can't believe I don't remember that.
Right, and it was a real person.
Yeah, it definitely was a real person. But yeah, and so like I think that's like the awesome thing about it because they sort of just made a movie about a folk legend,
right?
A folktale, right?
Yeah,
that's how folktales are made.
Exactly.
And so they end up doing this whole thing. Mos Def is like his character in this is more passionate than I feel like he realizes he is about like making movies, even if it's like low budget ones. Because like even till like the premiere night, they break into the Blockbuster to try to steal the projector. And the guy who owns the Blockbuster actually is living in his Blockbuster. So he's like, you know what? I'll fix the window. Just don't tell anybody I'm living here.
Right. And he's somebody who's used to be from the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
so he knows Mike. He knows him since he was little. So he lets it slide. But even towards like the end of the premiere night, Mike is still working on the film. He's pretty much done with it. But the the TV was busted, so
right,
Blockbuster.
Yeah, because they end up getting 40 people to show up to watch it, and they're watching it on like an 18-inch screen.
Well, no, I think it's 100 people or something like that, because the construction guy says like, I can't demolish a building with like 100 people.
Well, right, but that was on the outside. That was
okay.
But like that they actually could fit inside the.
Oh yeah, okay. But we do learn that Danny Glover actually ends up, he has to sell the building. There's just no way for him to save it, even with the money that they've collected.
Right, because it was like $60,000 or something they had to come up with.
And I believe that he was going to use that money to help Mike or something like that. I forgot. He tells the old-timer lady, the one who played Miss Daisy in their rendition of Driving Miss Daisy. But yeah, and so, yeah, there's no way for them to make up the money, even if they work that hard. But they watch the movie. Everyone in the neighborhood who participated watches the movie, and they're playing it on the projector, and they're projecting it onto the window of the store.
Right, because it's the only big flat spot, so they hang a sheet there.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that everybody from the outside is also getting the movie, so then they have this huge crowd outside as well.
Yeah, it's pretty much all the local people that are just watching this movie, and I presume that the person who bought the building watched the movie and maybe changed his mind as well.
I think he comes in like with the paperwork for the historical landmark, so I think that it was like this documentary was enough backup to be able to save it as a historical monument.
Oh, okay. And so then that means that the government would help fix the building. Oh, okay, yeah. And so the movie, it ends right there. We get to the credits. There's a little bit of clips of the movies that they've made, which is hilarious. And well, it's gone now, but there used to be a website with all of the movies that Jack Black and Mos Def
right in the credits it said that, and I was like, oh, gotta look it up, boop, 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 and the website's already gone because now it's 12 years.
Oh, Gobi. Oh, well, there's like, I think there's like so much to talk about this movie, mainly because it's a pretty, the plot is pretty cut and dry,
right?
But we have to talk about all the moments that I think we'll get a whole bunch of moments that we could talk about that we loved. What was some of the moments you loved in this movie, Colby?
Definitely the making the movies. Those were just classic. Like, I watched them and I just so wanted to be 21 and be like, this is what I'm gonna do. I am gonna make really bad movies and then just put them on the internet.
It's not too late.
It's not.
It's not too late. I think Van Gogh started, was it at 37 or something?
Right.
When did Morgan Freeman start acting? I don't know.
He was like in his 40s. Yeah.
Right. It's just we could still make bad movies.
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure we can make movies good enough for sci-fi.
We need somebody to do the special effects.
No, we don't. We just need somebody to do the practical
effects.
All we need is some college kids.
And then we could travel around to like the horror conventions and the sci-fi conventions and plug our movies and.
Right. Well, we obviously need one girl to be able to tell customers like, my boobs are in here.
Yes, it's really like I went to a horror convention and they had a movie called Shh. And I was like, hey, we do a podcast. Can we get a copy of the movie and we'll like review it? I have watched it, but I have not reviewed it yet. It's coming. And the girl behind the counter there, or like the one guy was like the writer, and he was telling me about it and very passionate about his work. And then the girl was like, hey, yeah, there's a lesbian scene. You see my boobs? And I was like, I was already sold, but that's like just extra credit.
Oh man, yeah. Kobe told me that was the point right there. I was like, oh, All right, you got me. They already had the bait out. That's what hooked him.
It's right. And it was that part that made me go like, oh, well, would you sign the DVD that I just bought?
Yeah. Oh, man. I think, there's just so much, what's it called? Like, youth in this movie. I mean, the character Jerry, I think Jerry and Mike aren't too young in this movie, but it's such an endeavor of like somebody who is like in their like 18-year-old to 20-year-old where they're just
right.
You know, they feel like, oh, this I gotta do it now, but we could still do it, Kofi.
I'm down.
Oh man, no, I'm actually really one of the things I did really like about this is that when they added the girl into the group, it didn't get too boggled down with any sort of romance like plot line.
Oh, yes, I mean, totally appreciate that.
I mean, there was a moment where like Mos Def wanted to. I think he was attracted to the girl.
Yeah. And
he's like, you know, how come you never do any scenes with me? You know, you never like, how come Jerry gets to kiss you all the time? You know, there's like a very adorable exchange where he's like, I'm not bothered by your mustache, and she's like, that's not what I was talking about. I have a mustache.
That was hilarious. Yes.
And he's like, no, Jerry just complains about it all the time, but I wouldn't. And then he's like, he had to do a field test, and so he was feeling it with his nose, but then he tried to kiss her.
He's like, I'm gonna do the blind person field test. Yeah.
And then he tries to kiss her, and she's like, "Do you just try to kiss me?"
The gist of the heart of the story.
Yeah, and there wasn't a huge fallout between Jerry and Mike when they had a disagreement about a certain movie.
Yeah, there was a few parts where they kind of went a little over
the top
that were funny at the time, but maybe pushed boundaries at the time, but would have very much stepped over the line today. Now with the Jack Black being the Asian person in Rush Hour 2,
or wanting to be the jazz musician,
the blackface jazz musician. Magician? What?
Musician. He's a jazz
I play
magician.
Horns and pick a card.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's some things that we really can't do anymore. But then again, I don't know, man. Robert Downey Jr. got a pass.
That would have been back here about this time too, though.
I think Tropic Thunder came out 2012.
What's up?
Something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember it being. Maybe it is 2008. Not 100% sure, but yeah, I was really glad that there wasn't this huge fallout where they had to like come back together,
right,
and stuff like that. So it kind of sidesteps a lot of like normal tropes that these type of movies have. Now, Kobe, if you had to pick one movie to watch of their remix of their sweeted movies, which one were you gonna go for? You got to think about movies that came out during that time too.
I definitely would enjoy the Ghostbusters. If that was the first one that they did, and that's probably the one they show the most of the making, them making it. And they do a relatively good job sticking to the story with their $0 budget.
Right, I'm pretty sure like those movie plots would just go like how our plot reviews do in this way.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think. Oh man, for me, it's kind of hard because they don't really. Oh, you know what? It would have to be the Fast and the Furious, the first one that they, or not the first one, but like one of the. Like, I just wanted to see how they did that. Yeah. Because there's like huge, oh my god, wow. In one part of the movie, you see the girl. She has what's it called? Those wheel type of things that you put cables around or something like that.
Yeah.
A spindle. I don't know, but they have cars in it, and she's like spinning it around. I was like, is that?
Oh, that was Men in Black.
Oh, that was minimum.
Yes, because it made it look like the cars were driving, and then they were upside down in the car, so they would look like they were in, like when they were
when you press the button.
Hit the button. Yeah.
Oh no! See, okay.
There was so many like clever ideas like that, where it's like, man, what a simple way to make this into like a home movie, like that I never would have thought of.
I don't
know. Put the dried potato flakes over the city so it looked like snow.
And like I think in my mind, I keep thinking like maybe the person who directed this, maybe that's how he used to make movies, right? Or whoever wrote this,
yes,
that's how you just made like little movie reels, little indie flicks. You have to be really smart about it. Because me and Colby, we watched the Rush Hour 2 one before the episode where we started the recording today, and there was just a lot of clever cuts in there. And I think the fact that we live in this day and age where you could pretty much shoot a film on an iPhone,
right? And the editing and stuff is so much more advanced, because I remember like doing movies, like home movies, and my friends and I, we made superhero movies. We'd like the Adventures of Hoob and Boob, the twin brother superhero crime fighting duo, and then we had Power Schmuck, the very mentally handicapped superhero.
It was a different time, guys.
And both of them were in the adventures of trying to retrieve the gem of the Hoobie Booby.
That's definitely an 80s film right there. Do you still have them? Are they tucked away somewhere?
Probably do somewhere.
But there's like a small hint of childhood innocence and type of like doing those type of things,
right?
Just because you're like, let's just like the ideas of it is like, let's just shoot something funny.
Yeah. And I like, man, I don't even know if we were driving. Maybe one of our friends was driving. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we were probably that 14 to 16-year-old age when we were doing it. And the minimalist of
budgets,
editing, because editing was like 2 VCRs, and you like record it, and then you like stop and like you move it a little bit, so that like you take out like the cut scene, and then you start recording again. It was just like that kind of just really clunky. There, you could see the scenes where like we cut. It was like just like a little bit of static for half a second between the.
I mean, but like those were my favorite parts in old kung fu movies.
Right.
When you could see the cuts and when you could see the strings and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, no. And then there was also like a movie that came out, I think around 2018. I know the story was it was about a girl who had to get a mental health checkup at an asylum, and then they ended up just forcibly admitting her, and that whole movie was shot on an iPhone.
Okay.
And I think it got like a couple awards. It wasn't just for being shot on an iPhone, but the actual story and all that stuff.
Right.
And so yeah, like and I'm kind of sad more that like or YouTube doesn't have more just like low budget remakes from people
like House Shark.
No. You cannot keep pushing House Shark on me.
Oh, yeah. I will make it a thing. One day it'll be big, and they'll be like, "Thank you, Coleman Barry, for making House Shark what it is today."
That movie is needlessly long. It is a trial to get through.
And one of my buddies bought it for me for my birthday. Middle of quarantine, he's like, "We got to get together because I got a present for you." And then we show up, and he gives me House Shark.
Yeah, but like it's pretty easy shopping for Colby if you just buy him any shark or cheese related items.
It is true that those two things both are pretty fantastic.
Like I'm a little surprised that Colby doesn't have a full body shark costume at home.
I might have two of them.
Oh, do you? I've only seen the monkey one.
Yeah, no, I have shark costumes too.
No, but like a full body one?
Yeah.
Was your favorite cartoon in the 90s Street Sharks?
I did actually like Street Sharks. I didn't even think about that. Now I gotta like dig them up somewhere.
Well, now you have to buy all 4 Pop Funkos if they have them.
Oh, I would.
Right?
I definitely will buy the. They'll have Pop Funkos for Suicide Squad 2, and King Shark is one of the characters. I was actually just looking into it. I was like, when's the first appearance of King Shark? I should buy that comic.
Or you probably already have it.
I think I do, because it was pretty recent.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Colby, what else did you like about this film?
So it was a really great chemistry between all the characters. The three, Jack and
Mos
Def, and then the girl, all worked fantastically together. Like I couldn't see you replacing one of them out, and this movie doing as well.
Yeah, I mean they really made you think that like, oh yeah, they're from this neighborhood, you know, this is their home, and it really shows sort of like what I don't think we see enough is just how much people love like certain things in their city.
Right. Yeah, because like I mean, you even got the guy who's now owning the Blockbuster kind of place, and he brings the projector on the night that they're doing their premiere.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he found Mos Def hanging off the projector. Oh, sorry. Yeah. And so there's something like communal about this movie. I don't know. It made me feel kind of like, oh, it's like very heartwarming. It shows how people love certain things in their city, because even if you don't think about it, there's something that you love in your city. Like whether it be like that sandwich shop that you've been going to since high school,
right? You
know, the basketball courts that you played in. It doesn't matter. There's always something there. And it's, you know, like, I think the older you get, the less time you have to be with your friends. And so
definitely.
Yeah, because then there's another movie that's sort of like this, where it's called Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. Okay. It's about, like, I think they're, like, in middle school or something. These middle school kids, they meet this girl who has a lethal disease or something. I don't know if it's like leukemia or something like that. And so they make movies for her. So it's the same sort of concept where like you come together with your friends to work on a project, and you know, obviously all of a sudden they become like neighborhood viral.
Right. Like eventually this podcast will.
Right, we've been doing it for a year, guys. Come on, where's my sponsorships?
Right.
Oh man,
I feel like we gain one solid follower a month.
Right.
So now we're doing it a year. So thank you for the 12 of you.
Yes. Thank you for. You know, I keep saying we keep looking at the stats. There's somebody from like Colorado that listens to us pretty regularly.
Thank you, Colorado.
You know, thank you. Someone from New Jersey listens to us quite often.
My grandma and grandpa are from New Jersey.
Oh, see, it may be that. Oh no,
they have passed, so that would be very unusual.
Or it's like very Twilight Zone-ish, you know?
Right. Yeah. Supporting us from beyond the grave.
Is that called cheating? No, yeah. There's really not anything I can really say negative about this movie, even though this movie is like an hour and 40 long, which is pretty long for this type of plot.
But it goes pretty fast.
Yeah, because you're really interested into seeing what they're doing.
Yeah,
you know, and it's really funny when you get to see like all these low budget things that they're doing, and like, oh, yeah, I'd probably watch that on YouTube right now. Like after this podcast, I'm going to watch a sweeted version of Terminator 2. And And I'm pretty sure Colby will stay for that.
I will absolutely stay for that.
Oh man, we're getting a little bit close to our thing, so I wanted to do our review early, so we could just talk a little bit more until we run out the clock.
Sounds good to me.
So if this is the first time you guys are joining us, we do our ratings in 4 different sections. We have Stream It, DVD It, Blu-ray It, and Ultimate Box Collection, which is kind of hard. So
yeah, I don't know what they would Ultimate Box unless they made actual copies of all the movies that they said they were.
Oh, like if they have it in a DVD and it's like all like little 5-minute movies.
I would, yes.
Oh, yes.
That wasn't even like a proper sentence, and that's how excited I would be. Yeah, no, I would love to pick this up like on a Blu-ray or something where they had maybe the extended cuts of those movies as like an extra. That I would love to see that. That was definitely the funniest part of the movie. Like, it was a laugh out loud funny movie. Mm-hmm. But especially like those when they're making the films, the rush hour. Like how they're doing it, so like when they're like look like they're falling off the building and they've got like the little kid map at the bottom.
Oh, it's awesome.
But yeah, no, I would definitely pick this up for my collection. I don't know if I would, if there wasn't really any extras. I don't know if it would be worth going Blu-ray. Just because I'm like, I don't know if you get any kind of quality or any kind of
the Blu-ray would have to have like the 5-minute like, movies in there.
If they did, I would absolutely
in a heartbeat.
Blu-ray it. Yeah.
No, definitely, yeah. I'm pretty sure that because they had it on a website, I'm pretty sure if they have a Blu-ray of this movie, that they'll have the small little movies that they did. Whether they would just be missing out if they didn't, right? Because if even if it's only the movies that we saw in the film, like RoboCop, Ghostbusters,
right?
What's the other one?
Rush Hour 2.
Rush Hour 2. Driving Miss Daisy with Danny Glover. I think they had like a boxing one, Men in Black.
Yep.
Yeah, if you give me like a solid hour with all those little mini movies I don't know if they had to really make it. I think it'd be awesome.
And I could totally see as a movie director or whatever when they're making this movie, making 8 or 10 movies and then being like, okay, which are the best ones, which are the funniest ones, which one works, let's cut these into like little
sections,
10-second sections instead of being 5 minutes. So yeah, I'm like, you could get a good half hour, 45 minutes of these movies,
right? Yeah, so if they had all these, I definitely easily Blu-ray, because like really the quality of the actual picture or the movie, it doesn't really matter too much in this type of movie, because it is just a wholesome story. If it didn't have it, I'd probably just buy a DVD, because it's a good like rainy day movie.
Yeah,
like it's
definitely like a feel good movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, kind of like I compared it like right at the beginning. I like School of Rock. It's like that, like when Jack Black goes into the school, it's hilarious. And then he gets to know the kids, and then he, then it becomes like this almost tearjerker kind of feel-good movie. Yeah. That's the same kind of thing here. It's like, they erase all the movies, and they have to start making them, and then it's hilarious watching them make these movies. And then the city gets, or like the town gets behind them, and then there's like
makes this huge, bigger than anything they've done recently.
Right.
Because they have so many people like that want to contribute to the movie and all that stuff. It's just really great. Oh, Kobe, if you had to remake any movies with your like buddies from like when you grew up, like what movie would you want to remake now?
I don't know. It's Conan. We'd do some Conan. I could see that. I don't know. I feel like if you went superhero, you would have to do it like super silly. Mm-hmm. Just because there's like It's almost like they're too good now.
Oh yeah.
That like you couldn't make it half serious. You'd have to make it just spoof.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely you do like a faux Chuck Norris kind of enter the octagon.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like what's it called? Action movies would be really easy to spoof.
Yeah.
And really easy to make it like what's it called? Like hilarious. Because the movie that always comes to mind, I don't know if I'll get hate for this. I never really found it too funny, but I know a lot of people love this movie. It's a Kung Pao Chicken.
Oh, yep.
I don't know why I didn't like it. But that seems like a movie that like friends would have just put together and made.
Yeah, I liked it. I appreciated that they cut their funniness into an existing movie. And that I had seen the existing movie previously. So it was like I knew exactly.
Oh, so it's more funny for you because you're like, you knew where it was coming from.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you watch a bad movie and you're just, but you know somebody in it and you're like, this is hilarious because I know somebody. Because that's probably this. I listen to these podcasts. I'm like, we are hilarious. Why do we not have a following? We're great, but it's probably because I know us.
Yeah, it's like when you know the way to somewhere, it's like, oh, it's not too far. But when it's like brand new territory, it's like, where are we? No, but yeah, and so I think like action movies would be really easy. I think the Rush Hour movies would be fun to spoof on. Mm-hmm. And any buddy cop movies would be really fun to spoof on.
Yeah.
I think for me it would be the escape movies with Sylvester Stallone and Arnold.
Okay.
Just because I do a terrible Arnold, but I think I'm all right with the Sylvester Stallone. And I can really see most of the filming take place at a playground. Which we'd have to do now because...
And for some reason, the Asian guy doing the Australian accent would be much more acceptable than the white guy doing the Asian accent.
I know, we get to spoof on like white people more. Like, it's you guys are free.
It's our turn.
Yeah, you guys are you run the world anyway. No, yeah, I think that would be really fun to do. You can't really do serious. I guess you can do like if I had to pick one serious movie, it would be The King's Speech. But I also feel like it'd be super offensive.
Yeah.
Oh man, or what's it called?
Yeah, like it's a horror movie. You could do.
Yeah. Oh, I think horror movies are like what a lot of college people do because it's low cost on the production.
Right. You can hide the fear in the shadows and be able to kind of sidestep a little bit of the
special effects.
Stuff. Yeah.
But I think I think those are like the type of best like horror films. Is like when you don't show the monster at all.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that one you could do seriously, but you just have to get the mood right.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Because then what's it called? Like I think when Jaws first came out, they wanted to show the shark way more.
Yeah, and
it cost too much.
Right, and so they were just like, you know what? If we just always make it a lurking presence in the water, then right. Definitely the suspense part of that.
Yeah, it builds up, and it worked for them. They're like, oh, this killed it.
Right.
And then because man, when you watch other movies where, especially if it's a creature feature, when you see it all the time, it gets less and less scary.
Totally. I feel that a lot of times in movies. Yeah.
Right. Oh, I mean, like even like most recently, Colby. I still haven't watched it. Colby has The Invisible Man. Mm-hmm. You literally barely see that guy in this movie, right?
Right.
But
you see him before The Invisible, and then then he gets top billing for basically not being in the movie.
But it what's it called? But the tension in that movie, I'm pretty sure it was palpable. You could feel it, right?
It is, yeah.
The intensity. So I think that's something that's
man,
really
and they do a great job of, you don't know, even like in like the police questioning room, interrogation room, like you're like, is he in this room?
Right.
She you feel her fear of like not knowing where this guy is.
Oh man,
yeah,
so.
it's good. I really did enjoy that.
Yeah.
So that was way different than this movie, but
yeah. Oh yeah,
sorry.
Yeah. But you know, I'm just saying, like from like a filmmaker's perspective, when you guys do that and like you do it right, it's more terrifying. Because like like me and Colby, if you guys have been following us for a long time, you know that we love horror films. So we've watched a lot of horror films, but for me to date, the most horrifying like film I've watched is probably the First Strangers.
That movie terrified me.
Right, just because of like how it built up before the home invasion, and just the randomness of it.
Yeah,
where it was like they weren't even like targeted or anything; they were just home.
Right, and it's just a burlap sack and like a little baby doll mask, and those are not scary things that are now scary things because of that movie.
Especially when he's wearing a suit. I think he was wearing a suit, right?
Yeah,
it's terrifying. All right, guys, we are coming up to our hour. We want to thank you guys for joining us for today's episode, for the week's episode. If you guys want to contact us, all of our contact information is down below. We have Amazon affiliate links. If you guys want to help support us do this more, please go ahead and use those Amazon links. You don't have to buy the products that's on there, but if you shop with them, it helps us.
Yeah, Raise energy drinks. We've been drinking them, and they are delicious. And at this point, we have not gotten, at the time of recording, we have not gotten a affiliate link. But hopefully by the time this airs, we will have an affiliate link below. Right. And sugar-free, calorie-free.
Start your day right.
Yeah, all the energy you need, but with a decent flavor.
Right. Yeah. Also, just whatever device or whatever programs you guys are listening to us on, please rate us if you can. Leave a review; it always helps us out. We read everything.
Follow us, subscribe, or follow. Facebook. Put the little bell notification on, whatever. Yeah. We do release an episode every single week. We have not missed a week yet. We've occasionally missed a day. I've been a day behind, but we're always the beginning of the week, Sunday or Monday.
Right. Mainly Sunday. It's my fault. But yeah, so I just want to thank you guys once again. Hopefully the new year is treating you right. Well, guys, I'm Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out who does our theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on her Music for Podcast 3, and her Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.